Hello YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm coming at you with a highly requested video. I'm going over my Warzone controller settings and just my controller setup in general. So let's just get straight into it. Alright, first, we're aiming input device is obviously the controller. We're going to be using a controller. Even though I have a mouse and keyboard on my PC, I'm not using it. I don't really like it. I feel like the aim assist with the controller is just a lot better to be using. I definitely think you guys should be just using a controller instead. Button layout, I have default on because I can map my buttons on my Elite Series 2 controller. But if you cannot afford an Elite Series 2 controller, which I totally understand, I haven't had one my whole life, you can get around the paddles by using tactical. This makes it so your right stick is able to do the sliding, diving, proning, all that animation. So you could be sliding, diving, and aiming all with one stick. It's super nice, and if you like I said, if you can't afford one of these nice controllers, I definitely recommend you run tactical. And I got away with it for years, so I definitely think it would be a good idea for you guys. Also, if you can't afford an Elite controller, use claw, so where you have your pointer finger over Y and X so you could switch weapons and reload. For my sensitivity, I have 1.55 for horizontal and vertical. And here is a very important part of the video. Here's my dead zone inputs. You see on my left stick, I have it so that I don't have to move my left stick very much to move in the game. Like, that's pretty small. So like if I move it up or to the left or to the right, I don't have to push it all the way forward in order to, move and stuff. So that's what these dead zones are, is just how much effort you have to push on the stick for it to move. And for my right stick, I have this one set all the way because I want to be able to be fully in control of my aim, and this is the main aiming stick, so I want to have full range of that and have the min really small just because so when I move it, it's very responsive. And I definitely think this is the best dead zone setup for the controller. I really like this. These left and right trigger, I have them set to 13, but it doesn't really matter for me, again, because I have an Elite Series 2 controller, so I have trigger stops. I mean, if you don't have trigger stops, I totally understand, then set these to 13 and it'll make more of a difference for you. Sensitivity multiplier, doesn't really matter. I just keep all these at 1, and aimed on sight, I do 0.85. That's the main important one for that one that I would look to change. Now here's another important part, is aiming advanced settings. I go instant for aimed on sight, sensitivity, transition timing. I do assist for third person ADS, and this is the most important part. It's the aim response curve type. I always do linear. People argue and say that there's better. I think linear is the best. Don't even worry about what people say about the other ones. Linear is the best by far. You see my aim, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. So now we're jumping straight over to my Elite Series 2 controller. This is how I map it. I wanted to show this to you guys in case you have an Elite Series 2 controller. And so for my paddles, my top left and top right paddle, I use my ring fingers on when I'm holding the controller, like so. I use my ring fingers to hit the top of this. And so left one I have as like my stim or smoke or flash grenade, whatever you use. Right one I have as grenade, so I just throw as my grenade. So left bumper, right bumper. My left pinky finger I have as B, so I can slide and do whatever, and crouch and do whatever I have to do with that one. And then my right one, my right pinky finger, I have set as A, so I can jump and bounce around. Why I have it set this way is so I don't take my fingers off the sticks. I don't take my fingers off the sticks while I'm doing this. I can push all those paddles without having to take my fingers off the sticks. So it gives me an advantage to, I can aim and move at the same time. And that's why I really think it's important to have it set this way, because you never want to take your fingers off the sticks. You're at a disadvantage if you have to take your fingers off the sticks against me. I'm going to destroy you. That split second of time it takes, you're done. You have no chance. And that's why I say if you can't afford an Elite controller, use tactical, because you're aiming with your right stick, and you're also doing all your like sliding, diving, and proning with that stick also. So definitely recommend this Elite Series 2 controller, the best controller I've ever had by far, and just genuinely the best ever. It makes you so much better to be using one of these. I highly recommend using them. Like I said, I never used them before, but now that I have one, I can't go back to a normal controller. So these are the left stick and right stick sensitivity curves. I just leave these the same. I don't have to mess with these. I just learned that messing with these doesn't do anything important. Just keep them default and you'll be fine. You don't even have to worry about that. Alright, so here we have my dead zones on my left trigger and right trigger. These don't really matter. You can turn these up or down because I have trigger stops, and so you don't really have to mess with these. I don't think it's too important to be messing with these. You just set your trigger stops and then you're good. No matter what you do, it's gonna activate the trigger stop. I have it set all the way up, so I barely tap the trigger and it actuates. So definitely recommend that. No vibration on anything, and the color is really up to you guys. So thank you so much for watching my video today. I really appreciated it. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace!